you guys. We are coming to you with a very late updated video.
I feel like it's been a hot minute since we've done a NEVAEH update.
It's been a hot minute. We've been meaning to do this, except we've had a lot of things in the background of like, we can't wait to update until her eye appointment. And then she had her eye appointment. And then we're like, well, she had another MRI. So we wanted to wait for like the full update, which we will do now. Had the genetic test results come back too. So that is very important. So let's start from summertime, and then we'll kind of just gradually inform you guys what's going on. So she had her stroke a year ago now. And this summer she graduated PT and OT. Her left hand had seen significant improvements.
Huge improvements.
Huge. You guys, we literally left the hospital, and I said this to no one because I didn't believe it, and I felt like if I said it out loud, it maybe would be true. But before we left, the doctor told us from the hospital, I don't know if NEVAEH will ever move her arm, her left arm. I don't know. She can have a perfectly normal life without the function of her left arm. And I remember being like, what is she?
Not gonna accept that.
Yeah, so I was like, okay. But NEVAEH is, as you guys have seen, a incredibly strong kid. So
she got released from PT and OT like 6 months ahead of schedule. They expected to see her for an entire year.
Yeah.
And they graduated her at 6 months.
Yes. So she graduated physical therapy first, which was her leg, and then it was OT, which was the fine motor skills of her left hand. And even to this day, her left hand is a little bit more slow than her right hand, but nobody would notice unless you were like specifically looking for it. Then we got so NEVAEH had an eye appointment. You can we kind of touched on that on a vlog, but
yeah, she was having headaches randomly when we started school, and so we just figured, hey, maybe something changed after the stroke. Let's go get her eyes checked. Sure enough, they did. They did say it
significantly
wasn't a result of the stroke, just progressed. So so her prescription changed, so we got her new glasses. But while we were in there at the eye doctor, they had noticed what she thought was a hole in NEVAEH's retina, so she referred us to a retinal specialist and was like, they want to see you tomorrow morning, like bright and early.
They were like, it's kind of an emergency.
So we went down, took her down to retinal specialist, and they looked at it, said there is no hole in the retina, which we're grateful for, but they did say with like the jelly-like substance inside your eye, it's supposed to be like clear. And hers was kind of an opaque, like yellowish, cloudy, and kind of had fibrous appearance to it. So that they thought was maybe indicative of a potential connective tissue disorder.
Which you guys have known, we have definitely, NEVAEH has a team of doctors, and that has definitely been one of the top things that multiple people have said to us, and we have looked into. But the eye doctor is the one who said it.
Yeah.
So, and he knew nothing of nothing. So.
Right. So we were like, well, yeah, we're actually going through a genetic test right now. Like we had already sent the results back sent the tests in and waiting for the results to come back.
Yeah.
So we got the results back. The eye doctor was thinking, oh, if it's a really big genetic test, then it should include the ones I'm looking for as well.
Which so it was. They told us it was a very broad genetic test, because they tested all of us. They tested Ethan and I, NEVAEH, Grayson, and Austin. So
the results came back and negative on any kind of genetic mutation that could have caused a stroke, which we were extremely grateful for. I know the medical community, as well as, part of us kind of wanted to just have a reason or an answer. And how did this happen? But at the same time, if there was an actual positive result on the test, that would mean she would have another condition, disorder, whatever, another label, and she already has enough stuff going on with her diabetes, Hashimotos, and Celiacs, and all that stuff. So we considered it a a huge praise report, if you will.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like we all really, yeah, like he said specifically, we all wanted an answer. Like, how can a 10-year-old girl have a stroke and there be no reason for it at all? That's what I think is like just so, so weird. So, genetic test was clear. We were like, okay. So then she had another updated eye appointment.
Yep.
And the eye doctor said her eyes look good.
Yeah. Still had that appearance that he was
Yes.
concerned about. Looked at the genetic test I brought the results with, and he was like, yeah, so that didn't test for what I'm thinking it could potentially be, which is called Stickler's syndrome. So he put in a request to our genetic team at the Children's Hospital to maybe do future testing. So
Yes, so we will be doing
more
that.
to come.
Yeah. And then NEVAEH just recently had another MRI and a stroke appointment, which was very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Yep. The MRI looked good. Everything looked stable. And that's the biggest thing they're looking for, is that there's no reoccurrence of a stroke. The other thing that they were looking for is a condition called moya moya, which is apparently Japanese for like a cloud. So what happens post-stroke sometimes is a bunch of blood vessels can decide to try to make new pathways and stuff, and it ends up appearing on a MRI like a cloud of vessels.
Yeah.
And it's not a good condition that they end up having to do more treatment for. So she didn't have that. So that was great. Awesome report. Also, I kind of brought up like the whole, like with her hand that she doesn't, use it that often. We're constantly having to remind her, should we do some more OT or PT?
I think that's one thing that we didn't mention in the beginning, but she does still, sometimes it seems like she forgets about her left arm. Like, I think she was so used to doing stuff with her right hand that like, it's like she just forgets to use it.
Well,
I mean, she'll use it, but
and she's
it'll
right
just
hand
hang there
and
sometimes.
Left
Yeah.
or right arm, right leg dominant.
Right.
So.
And when we were in Disney, all the walking that we were doing, we did also notice after a while, the left leg would be harder. You could see it was harder for her to pick up her left leg after a lot of walking. So, but that's just because it's getting stronger and it went through something very traumatic. So it does take a little bit. But he did bring that up about her left arm and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
and she was like, yeah, you can do OT and PT if you feel like it would help. But she's like, she's got everything back that she's going to get back, which is like, I'd say probably 95% or more. So it's mainly just because the right side of her brain that was damaged that caused the left side weakness / paralysis temporarily. Being that side of the brain is damaged, it's not automatically kind of reminding her to use that side. So she's not going to lose what she got back. She just, unless we remind her, she's not going to be prone to use it as often. Yeah. But she literally went through like so many neurological tests with her, hopping on one foot, hopping on the other foot, touching all, sensation. And she looked over at me, the doctor, and was like, I am trying everything I can to try to find any kind of discrepancies or anything that we can work on. And she's like, I can't find anything. Like, she's so awesome. Good, like, you guys. Amazing recovery. It was like goosebumps. Yeah. So. Not gonna cry. Don't cry, Court. Just kidding, I'm not gonna. So, that's kind of our update. I feel like that is such a lot of information, but honestly, I've tried to do updates on Instagram and like stories and whatnot, but it's like literally, it's like a whole, we're already at 10 minutes. Yeah. It's so much information compacted into a little amount of time, but all in all, still really good. She has recovery stuff that she still needs to like kind of work on, but for the most part, she will be having baby aspirin for the rest of her life, probably. Yep. MRIs I would say every 6 months, probably. No, the next one we don't have to do for another year. Oh, a year? Yeah. So 12 months. So last time they were like 6 to 9 months, and we had one the end of December, and now she's like...
And she had one in
probably
June?
every year.
June was the last?
Yeah.
She had one in June, so then she had another one in
End of
December, like before her birthday.
Yeah, so they keep spacing them out
Yeah.
farther and farther the more that they're seeing everything stable.
Yeah, which is very good news. It's been such a wild ride, and thank you guys all for all the support with this whole thing. We still will have updates because I feel like the whole genetic thing is just not quite figured out yet.
Right.
And we don't know why.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll be nothing, maybe it will be something. But all that to say, we appreciate you guys.
Very
and
much.
we will be doing we'll be doing more vlogs. It'll be less as frequent as they were because the kids are in school and whatnot. But we are going to Arizona tomorrow, so we will be vlogging the whole entire trip. We are very excited. If you want like daily updates, follow us on Instagram, just the Court Report, and I do little mini vlogs on there, like showing you guys everything. But we are going with my mom and dad, like we went to South Padre.
Yeah,
however
making
many
memories.
years ago. Yep. And my sister and their 6 kids. So we are getting a big house and we're all very excited. It's my mom and dad's like basically their Christmas present for all of us. I think they're presents over presents.
Yes.
If that makes any sense. So we are excited and we are gonna bring you guys along for the ride. See ya.